in a long time that that Pakistan are even traveling to India. We know that India pulled out of going to Pakistan for the Asia Cup, and that's why it was held at a neutral venue. So seems surprising that BCCI would go ahead and create all this hullabaloo around the match itself. Yes, Pakistan and India are playing in a World Cup, and they have every right to be there playing the World Cup, both the teams. That's not a bilateral tournament, it's a global tournament where both have qualified to be there. So yes, you play the match, but to hype it up in this way, to jump onto that bandwagon, popularity of the popularity bandwagon, I would think that could have been avoided. And like you rightly said, Jamie, that this might come back to hurt the BCCI. What this also means is now you're not only just going to get this build up, there's going to be a ceremony where top singers would be performing, but you're also going to get a fantastic game. Why? Because Pakistan and India both have looked so good in this tournament, Jamie. And I think when it comes to action on the field, Asia Cup was a damn squib. India, one match was washed out, and the other one, India won quite comfortably. In fact, by the biggest margin against Pakistan. Are you seeing a more even contest? Are you seeing a close contest tomorrow?
Maya, you've asked this question to us before because of the recent matches. I'm going to use something that I said earlier. Had this specific question about just this World Cup match been asked earlier during the Asia Cup, I would have given you a slightly different response, in the sense that I would have been slightly more optimistic of a close contest or a Pakistan challenge had things not gone down the way you just very accurately mentioned in the Asia Cup. A damn squib in PAK. It was only a month ago, but oftentimes in this social media era, people forget what happened last week. Let me just remind the viewers that Pakistan came into the World Cup, in the views of us, as well as Chetan here and other guests, as, if not the favorite, then perhaps the strongest team to enter the Asia Cup, right? They beat Nepal in that first match in Multan by 238 runs. Their trio of fast bowlers was breathing fire. Shadab Khan was taking wickets. Babar Azam got 151. It was a commanding win. Then they went to Papalekele, where for a majority of that one innings, because that's all that match was, they had India on the rope. But we never got a result there. But that second match of India-Pakistan, when they met again, it was a spread across 2 days, the dominating win. You mentioned it was a record win. From that record win, where Rohit Sharma's team went, and where Babar Azam's team went, yes, you rightly said, they're both 2 for no loss in this World Cup. But India, how many hours have we given on this channel looking at India's weaknesses, doubting them, criticizing them? All said and done, that team turned around their fortunes from that match against Pakistan. They won the Asia Cup. They brought back Ravichandran Ashwin. They've got KL Rahul operating at an outstanding level. They've got Shreyas Iyer operating at a pretty decent level. All the things which we were saying perhaps could be weaknesses have all almost vanished when it comes to India looking at tomorrow's match. I personally cannot say the same about the Pakistan team. Losing Naseem Shah in that match against India, that was a massive blow. Babar Azam is not scoring runs. Yes, Asadullah Shafiq has come in belatedly and done what Fakhar Zaman could not do. Rizwan is looking good, but this Pakistan team with the misfiring Nawaz, with the misfiring Shadab Khan, without Naseem Shah, I just don't see them putting up the kind of fight I would have expected from them a month ago looking at this match. I believe the track is going to turn because it's going to play into what India wants. And let's face it, once Ashwin came in, Meha and our viewers, the strength is now spin. I just cannot see a really close contest. Maybe Pakistan will crumble under the pressure of 120,000. I don't know. This is I don't know. It's looking overwhelmingly in favor of India tomorrow. Okay. I hope, for our sake, for the fans' sake, we get a good contest. But I have doubts looking at how Pakistan are performing these days.
There is still no clarity on whether the visas have been issued to the journalists as well as the traveling Pakistani fans. Chetan can give us more information on that. He's outside the the Narendra Modi Stadium, a couple of kilometers away, because the security has been beefed up, as we've been telling all our viewers. Chetan, you're back. Tell me, one, what is the situation when it comes to the visas for Pakistani fans as well as journalists? And secondly, talk about the pitch for us. Is it going to be another spinner's paradise in Ahmedabad, or is it going to be a more even pitch?
Well, first of all, I think the first batch of Pakistani journalists has arrived. I saw a couple of them at gate number 1 when we were told to come to this gate, gate number 3. So the first batch has arrived. I think it's 12 journalists who've arrived so far. I think they'll probably be going to be at the game tomorrow. So I saw a couple of them. So the first batch has arrived. Fans, I have no idea. I think the Indian government is still in the process of giving the fans the visas for this particular tournament. But a few Pakistani journalists have arrived, and a few more are expected to arrive later in the tournament. As concerns the pitch, Meha, let me just tell you, my iPhone heated up while shooting this, while talking to you. So it's really hot. It was not this hot a week ago. It was not this hot a week ago when we had the England-New Zealand game. There was a really good breeze. There's a very light breeze today. Conditions might change tomorrow, but today it's baking hot, absolutely baking hot. And I have sunscreen all over just to be able to do the show. So the fact of the matter is, the pitch is going to be baked down. It's going to be not like the Delhi pitch, but I'm also not expecting a Chennai-like pitch. I'm expecting something in between, something like England-New Zealand, where there was turn and grip, but at the same time, batting became really easier under lights. The effect of spin just wore off. So to me, it's going to be a bat first pitch. Once again, put the score on board, put the other team on pressure. And like Jamie said, I was listening to him, Babar Azam hasn't scored a lot of runs. Rizwan is the dangerous guy, the opener. They've got a new opener now, Abdullah Shafiq. He's got that 100. But Babar Azam, he hasn't scored runs against India. He hasn't scored runs in... I think he averages, 26 against India, hasn't scored a half century in 7 matches. And, even in this World Cup, he hasn't had a great start. So from that perspective, I think India, obviously, firm favorites, 1 lakh people cheering them on. So all of that. But again, the pitch, I expect somewhere between Delhi and Chennai.
Okay. The other thing, guys, the pressure, Chetan, you said, it's going to be a partisan crowd, right? There are going to be only Indian fans. We still don't know whether Pakistani fans have got their visas. I want to know, will the pressure be firmly on Pakistan, Jamie, or will India feel the pressure as well? Yes, they'll be supported by, this 1 lakh plus crowds. But at the same time, we know what this means, right? You become heroes and villains overnight when it comes to India, Pakistan. So that pressure, especially playing in front of home crowd, it is going to be different, and a lot of these players haven't felt that pressure.
Look, I think the only, again, this is just my view, the only pressure that India could possibly feel or will feel is scoreboard pressure. Slumping to nothing for 4 in that aforementioned Palekele match. And then on the 8th of October, Chetan was there, falling to 2 for 3. That is the only pressure I believe this Indian team, which to my surprise, has suddenly found the steeliness which was absent for many, many months in the build-up to this World Cup, Look, these are big match players. They played the IPL, they played Pakistan, they played international knockout matches. Yes, it's been 10 years since India won, any major trophy. But I think given the fact that they got out of jail against Australia, given the outstanding bowling and batting of Rohit and Jasprit Bumrah against Afghanistan, I think the only pressure, and I believe this pressure is linked to to my mind, only feasible chance of Pakistan winning this match tomorrow is if the Pacers can get India to 10 for 3 again. That is the only time India will ever be put under pressure. Otherwise, of course, if Shubman Gill were here, this team would have had a much, much better chance. But I just do not see. I think it's going to be Pakistan, which is under all the pressure, not just from the 1,20,000, but just the fact that, okay, look, who have they beaten so far? Netherlands, ranked 15th, the worst Sri Lankan team to enter any World Cup. So yes, they're 4 points on the board, but they've not for a moment been put under pressure the way India was against Australia. So unless Shaheen has another tremendous day, like in 21, like a month ago in Palekele, I don't see India taking any additional pressure.